yet secure, despite my presence. Perhaps with my magic we can shake that security. Follow. When all doors are gone, use the chance to explore that which has been called to know.
I do not believe this!
What are you doing in my office? Did you do this? Try the reset button on the console. That'll reboot the system. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go down to the supply room and shut things down manually. You should still have control over the individual door locks. Reset button's messed up too, huh? Well, I'm gonna have to go down and reset the system from the control box in the supply room. Thing is, that door's off the automated locking system as a failsafe. You need a special key to the supply room. Macy's got one. If you let me out, I can try to find him. I forgot the damn key. Let me out again. Macy said he left the key to the supply room. The bookcase. Found it. I got the key. Open the door. We need something to take the front of the control box off with, like a screwdriver or something.
screwdriver in the studio if I could just get to it. If the door was open, I could go back to the supply room and shut down the system. I have no idea how this technological monstrosity works.
About time.
Oh, damn. Forgot about that. The box is wired to prevent tampering. I rigged it so you could get around that by putting a jumper cable on the power leads. But they're gone. We're gonna need some other way to jump the circuit.
Ouch! Nick said we'd need to jump the circuit some way. There are wires in the mobiles in the new artist gallery. I need a ladder. Damn! I'm supposed to give you this gun.
You take good care of your weapons, love.
You sure you can handle it?
Don't worry about me taking a nip now and again. I can use a gun as well as a paintbrush. Stoned or sober. They're like an extension of my hand. Looks like we're locked in together. If I weren't a gentleman, I might take advantage of the situation.
Don't even think about it.
You should have thought about it, pet, before you gave me the gun.
Lorena wants a stepladder. Lorena gets a stepladder.
Unlock the door again. Is anyone still there? Can you unlock the door again?
Well, thank you, Jordan. I'm not touching it. Nick will have to do that himself. And he'll still need something to make it longer. Voila. Nick, if you're there, that should work, but you better be the one to hook it up.
All right. All right. She's not hot anymore.
Reg, round up everybody.
Do I look like a bleeding social director?
Just do it.
my ring.
I found it in the snack room. I thought it must be yours.
Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Whew, it's been in my family for generations.
Well, to be honest, the ring isn't why I asked you in.
Oh?
Do you know what this is?
It's a photograph?
To a promising young archaeology student. You seem a bit overqualified to be a gift shop clerk, wouldn't you say?
Well, there aren't that many jobs out there digging holes in the ground.
Can we drop the bubble-brained act, Lorena? I suspect you're insulting both our intelligences.
I needed a job. I was afraid that if you learned of my credentials that you would have thought exactly what you did think, that I was overqualified.
I see. I talked with your old professor, Dr. Banks. His specialty is ancient Mongolia.
Yes, it is.
And what is yours?
The same. Mr. Stevenson, I know I should have told you, but that's why I wanted to work here, because of your con collection, but you didn't have anything available. I mean, the gift shop was the only thing that I could get. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, I suppose. When I found out Dr. Banks was an expert on Mongolia, I asked him to come down and translate something I found. We should have the results today or tomorrow.
Something that you found? Written in Mongol? And I could have done that.
I didn't know that, did I?
Well, what is it?
A goat skin.
I've been looking all over for you. I received your voicemail about some frightened translator.
Dr. Reuben Banks. Frank, I know you and I have had our differences. You took a lot of heat when the museum changed hands. You would have left if I had held you to your contract.
That's all true enough.
I also know you're an ambitious man.
It's the American way.
I can't hold that against you. I'm the same. I hope you can realize your ambition eventually here at the Stevenson.
I hope so too.
But there's something that could prevent that. Something threatening the museum. Could be a criminal conspiracy. Although I can't imagine why a criminal would want a 100-year-old goat skin of limited value. Or why that goat skin should frighten the man I hired to translate it.
Matthew, I'm sorry, I'm not following. This criminal conspiracy you're talking about, is that the reason you've been holed up here for a week? Ignoring the legacy fund preparations, refusing to talk to reporters?
Yes. I've been doing some investigating. But I'm not so sure it is criminal. I think something far more evil is at work here. I know you think I've lost it. I don't have anything concrete yet, but I hope Dr. Banks will provide the evidence I need.
He's coming to see you?
Yes, this morning. I'd rather no one saw him here again. I want you to call a staff meeting at 9 a.m. Keep them in there for about an hour.
What am I supposed to talk about?
I don't know. The president's visit, that's on everyone's mind. Good God.
What is it?
The president. What if all this is about harming the president?
Assassination plot? Museum staff? This president is one of the first to increase art spending. I, for one, intend to vote for his re-election.
It's crazy. And the pieces of the puzzle don't fit an assassination, but the coincidence of his appearance...
Matthew, I suggest you keep your flights of fancy to a minimum at this point, and I'm glad you haven't been talking to the press.
Just keep the staff in the meeting for an hour. Can you at least do that?
Of course. But afterwards, I want to hear everything. What Banks has to say, what you think you've discovered. Maybe together, we can make some sense out of all of this.
You don't think I've gone off the deep end, do you?
Matthew, you're one of the steadiest men I know. Have you told anyone else about this?
Not everything, no. I needed some help investigating, so I told some of it to Nick. There's something going on in my museum. And I think you know what it is.
You're talking about the pieces that disappeared?
No. You advised the Century Museum Board of Governors when they originally purchased this building from the Coppersmith estate, didn't you?
Yes.
In fact, you were the initial contact with the Coppersmith trustees.
Well,
In fact, you're related to the Coppersmiths. Your branch of the family having changed its name to Cooper in the 70s after some dispute. Don't try to deny it. It's a matter of public record.
The dispute was that my father was disinherited and me along with him. I practically grew up in this building and we were kicked out into the cold.
Because your father embezzled money from the family business.
He made some mistakes. All that money
Was too much of a temptation. Yes, a flaw that seems to run in the family.
What does this have to do with something going on now?
Expensive renovations I was never informed about. Renovations that were paid for with my money. Authorized by you to a basement I never knew existed. What are you doing, Jordan? Putting in condos for a little extra cash? Where's the entrance, Jordan? I haven't seen any new doors out in the hall.
I can't tell you.
The name of the firm you imported from upstate to do the renovating is on this work order. There'll be a blueprint. I'll find out easily enough on my own.
Look, you have to understand.
If I were you, Jordan, I wouldn't waste time pleading. I try to think up a few good excuses for all my money you spent.
If you can just give me a
Get
few...
out of my sight.
Well, what can I do for you, boss?
Do you know a woman named Brenda Castle?
Don't think so.
Oh, come on. The fence you sell stolen art objects to ought to be somewhat memorable. Or are there so many of them you can't tell one from another.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Tibetan horn, the Mongol saddlebag, and the Chinese bracelet. You took them. You sold them to this woman. And then she sold you to me.
You don't have a bloody clue, do you? A few object d'art gone missing are the least of your worries.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? You know there's something going on, don't you? Something big and mean. You just don't know what.
And you do.
I got the whole picture, don't I? And you're the center of attraction, mate. The bowl of fruit, the naked lady on the peach divan. I look at you, I see a portrait of a man on the last gallows step. And you're worried about saddlebags?
What do you want?
The skin's so soft under there, like a nice custard almost. What do I want? I want you off my case, mate. I want you to forget you ever heard the name of Brenda Castle, and I want money, lots of it, now.
And you'll help me.
I'll think about it. I admit I'm a pretty mercenary creature at heart. Given enough incentive to help you, and I will.
Nick told me the locks couldn't be tampered with like that. They had built-in fail-safes.
Not against magic.
Whose magic? This spirit Nick says showed up.
Yes. But those locked doors were nothing more than a nuisance. I mean, why expend all the energy? We're still on schedule.
What about Nick?
He's a problem.
He's too unpredictable. This clairvoyance of his. Laurie's wrong. We can't use it to control him.
But we need him.
Not all the way we don't.
I've always liked ambitious men. They're so sensible about things.